I got this shit, bro. I know ain't nobody seeing me, bro. I know it, bro. I know I'm a legend, bro. God get all the glory, though, you feel me? I don't even like capping, though. That's why they don't understand me, because I don't want to bitch fuck you. I be on fuck you mode all the time.
Even if you get in front of how you feeling, Lily said, force the peace. We were selling heavy squares, man. Buying new Kellys every year. Shit I get.
It is evident I do better when I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Had to stop and pocket profit every time the pussy win. He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sentiment. Catch me early like Sunday school. Sunday suit. Pastor play with the fool. Yeah, I just keep it cool. He tell me dirty. Ask for my dirty money. Talking wash away my sins.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. Our game tonight featuring the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson and Allie LaForce, our reporter. Having a lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
Now here's Conley. Goes up from the top of the key. Pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 is up. On target from range.
And a slick play called by Edwards, creating space for himself to operate.
Curry against Conley. Green in the post. Back to Curry. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Good at keeping the game simple. When Curry sees the mid-range J open up, he rises up with confidence.
And when we talk about players who impact winning, Draymond Green is high on that list, RJ.
And the amazing thing, his career scoring average is in the single digits. Draymond does it with his passing and directing the defense and gives his teams energy.
Now here's Moody. Outside for Butler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Edwards. For 3, Randall hits the three-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. You go right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Butler. Back to Curry. This one for 3. It doesn't go for him.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Edwards. Outside McDaniels. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors trailing. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him outright how he plans to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him, Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, with emphasis on try. Not easy to solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, BA.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Fields checked in for Curry. That's good from Butler. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Outside McDaniels. Randall deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. $18 feet out. Here's McDaniels. Another shot. Can't get it to drop. Nice D from Moody. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Pajemski. He buries it from 3.
The all-around game of Butler. He's all about sharing the rock and getting his guys involved.
Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. For 3, Randall. Pajemski grabs the board.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Pass to Butler. Back to Pajemski. Right side Moody. Outside Butler. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Warriors on top. They're up by 5. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And let's get you back to the action as game 2 is getting underway. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
The Warriors lead by 5. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson-Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Great awareness from Ant to locate his teammate for the score.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Clock at 6. 4-3. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. DiVincenzo with it. Now guarded by Curry. DiVincenzo against Curry. Pass to Miller. Reed to screen on Kuminga. Miller, the pass to Reed. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Trace Jackson-Davis picks one up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws here tonight. And he makes the first. Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got one or two, your interior play better be strong.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Green's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Hield. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And on top of that, they've been dialed in from deep. And if they keep it up, it could be a big night for them.
That free throw good from Kuminga. Timberwolves trail by 4. Pass to Gobert. Curry against Conley. 6 to shoot. Outside, DiVincenzo. Warriors with the rebound.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
Oh, he's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender.
Here's Edwards. Edwards on the attack in transition.
And what timing from Edwards on that play. He's right there to save the day.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Minnesota with some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Reed, and McDaniels is subbed in for Edwards. And the Warriors making a switch here. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Conley finds Gobert. Outside, DiVincenzo. Butler with a steal. He's all alone. Butler soars in to cap off the break.
This is why you must stay in front of Butler. When he's leaking out like this, he's focused on scoring.
Conley passes to DiVincenzo. And here's Randle. Butler covering. And it's Randle that time on the assist by DiVincenzo. Randle's got 5 now.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Butler taking his time here. Moody from outside. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Conley. To the paint. DiVincenzo against Hield. Gobert with a screen on Hield. Clock at 6. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
I like how Hield meets the defense with energy inside, pushing his shot through the foul and getting it in the air.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Hield.
Guys like Buddy Hield, knockdown shooters, they are in high demand around the league.
So hits one and misses one at the line. And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 3. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. The shot by Butler, no good.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Here's Randall. Here's Gobert. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Warriors on top, leading by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for Golden State.
Playoff atmosphere, hostile environment, man. They're handling the pressure, putting themselves in a good spot to win.
Hard to focus with thousands of fans screaming at you. They've stayed in it. They've stayed confident. Seeing how things are shaping. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
The Warriors lead by 3. To the inside. Here's Podziemski. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Podziemski's got 5.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And how about Brandon Podziemski, Richard? When he's given the minutes, he can stuff the stat sheet.
Yeah, even when it comes to his rebounding, B.A., that's the result of great heart, great hustle, and great timing. His teammates feed off his energy. Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as he can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point, right?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
Warriors leading. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Green. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now Edwards. 5 points in the game. Down low. Here's Conley. He nails it. And we're tied.
A cagey score on the inside. Conley has the smarts and he has the skill.
The Warriors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to give them a breather and talk things over. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Outside Curry, tipped. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run for the lead. Count it, and the foul. It's on Stephen Curry.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Nightcap.
Warriors trail by 3. Now here's Curry. Outside Butler. Green with a screen on Randall. And here's Butler outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Pass to Edwards. Pajimski grabs the board. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Curry looking it over. Shot clock at 6. They need this. McDaniels with some nice D.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Edwards, the pass to Gobert. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And Golden State also making a switch. Payton's checked in. Warriors trail by 3. You know, for all the accolades thrown Stephen Curry's way, Richard, I've heard you say he might be the best conditioned player ever.
Absolutely. When you think about all the ground he covers every single game, his stamina is still something that I will always be impressed with.
Inside, here's Gobert. Oh, Gobert hammers it home.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
The Warriors have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. On defense, the Timberwolves. Hield finds Butler. To stop the drought. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's 37 seconds left in the third, and he recovers it. Warriors trail by 5. Here's Kuminga. Stolen by Reed. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Clark, no good.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
Here's Butler. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Randall. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. And we've reached the end of the third. The T-Wolves on top, up by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Hield against Edwards. Reed to screen on Curry. To the middle. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, a little exclamation point. Pass to Jackson Davis. Back to Hield. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Scoring close in. Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Now here's Reed. Tight defense on him. Here's Edwards. Oh, a sensational slam by Ant.
Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Wow.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 7-point differential. Pass to Payton. Here's Jackson Davis. And here's Curry. Kuminga, the pass to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Jackson Davis. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Jackson Davis has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Pajemski subbed in for Hield. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He seemed pleased with his team's performance, saying, quote, "We're on track. We're doing everything right. Keep it tight out there, and let's take back the lead in this series." Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Understanding where he needs to be. Curry way out ahead that time.
Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Pajemski grabs the board. The Warriors have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Outside Moody. And here's Butler outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
This is Jimmy Buckets at his best. Rising to a challenge and delivering for his team.
Edwards looking it over. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's blocked by Green. Pass to Curry. To the paint. Here's Butler. Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
You gotta respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active and making things happen. Huge bucket from Gobert, answering the call when his team needs it.
59 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Green in the post. He's against Gobert. Green, the pass to Moody. Outside Pajemski. Fires from deep. Rebound Minnesota.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Down low. Green.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Pretty much they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Edwards for three. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And now we've got an intentional foul. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, this is the elevated energy level you expect in the postseason. Chasing down blocks and making an impact.
And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Showing great confidence from the line. That makes this a 2-possession game.
Here's Edwards. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for Edwards.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a 1-possession game.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
First one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game. 16 seconds left in the final quarter. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. For 3, Randall. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good, and that increases the lead to 6. From downtown, yep, it's good. And so it's the Warriors who come out on top here. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.
Doris, in this one, we've got two very good shooting teams that love to focus on that three ball.
Now, there are certain organizations that lean heavily into this age of analytics. Both of these teams like to value the shots you most want. That's at the rim and now the three-point perimeter opportunity. So let it fly, guys. Pick and roll action. Anthony Edwards is thinking score first. Good decision right there.
Here's Podziemski. Edwards defending. There's a good screen. From downtown, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Randall outside. Pass to Conley. McDaniels hits to Conley. Outside, Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's McDaniels. And a miss there on the triple. On offense, here are the Warriors. It's a three-point game. They come into this one after winning on Tuesday.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
He gets that one.
Well, inside, Mike Conley has got to be savvy, and he is in that instance.
Curry passes to Moody. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Fires from the line. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's McDaniels following the basket by Stephen Curry. Gobert with the screen for McDaniel. And finished off by Gobert.
If he's operating in pick and roll, because Rudy Gobert is such a big target, hard to guard him.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Here is Edwards following the basket by Stephen Curry. From outside the arc, Edwards can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Moody. Gobert with the block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And that block was something. It's the playoffs, and every possession and defensive stop matters.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Fields checked in for the Warriors. .102 left in the first quarter of the game. They get it back. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that's fantastic execution. Jimmy Butler has excellent touch close to the rim.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Angle down low, defended by Butler. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. Edwards, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Jimmy Butler. Payton, he's checked in for Moody. And Curry subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Guys, I think Anthony Edwards has got all the makings of not only a star in this league, but a superstar. Big frame, can score it, can board it, can handle it. Put him in any position on the floor, this guy can be successful.
The first free throw is good.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Minod's checked in. And Edwards drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
There's the lob to the hoop.
Well, this is what makes Steph Curry so difficult to defend, right? A sharp passer on top of everything else he brings in terms of his scoring ability.
Hield against Edwards. Puts up a deep three. No good. Shot missing. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Warriors on top, up by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Edwards crashing in from outside.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Hield outside. Outside, Kuminga. A three. Jackson Davis can't get it to go. Edwards against Hield. Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closer. Bursting off the floor. Edwards hammers it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
On the wing, Hield. Edwards defending. And that's good. Buddy Hield for 3. Hield's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, Buddy Hield, usually the guy they're trying to create open shots for. This time he returns the favor.
Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Payton. Over to the left wing. It's stolen by Kuminga. To the middle. And he goes in for the dunk.
Everyone's focused on Stephen Curry. He's focused on finding the next best shot. What a pretty pass.
Outside Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
1:37 left in the first half. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Payton. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Minnesota with the ball after the miss from Stephen Curry. Edwards, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Pass to Curry. And And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Whether he's improvising or whether he's running set plays, Steph Curry is an absolute force.
Here's DiVincenzo. No scoring in this one. Now Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. And a missed layup. DiVincenzo against Curry. Puts up a deep three. What a deep shot from Steph Curry. Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And Edwards launches it from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Greetings, everybody. It's game 2, and things are a little rocky right now for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. A win. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half.
Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one. And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Warriors leading by 6. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Green, the pass to Curry. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good, Curry.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
And both free throws good for Curry. Timberwolves trail by 6. Outside Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Shoots Shoots over Podziemski. Edwards, no good. Warriors leading by 6. Here's Butler. That shot off. Randall with some nice D. And Randall has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Gobert with a screen on Butler. It's Randall with the drive. Fires the 3. And Moody pulls it down.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking.
To the inside. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Well, Draymond Green and the screen and roll as the roll man is a dangerous option because of his strength.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
How about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. The Warriors also with a sub. Gary Payton is checked in for Moody. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Curry. Curry getting it done inside.
Curry understands how to take a hit, prepares for it, and makes the necessary adjustment.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. Payton with some nice D. Warriors leading by 8. Curry is inside. Outside Butler. For Gobert. Butler, no good. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Randall. Randall with a screen for Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Curry. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Michael Conley picks one up. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Shooting for Golden State, Stephen Curry at the line for 2.
The first one falls. Minnesota making some changes. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. And then for Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Green. And it's Buddy Hield in for Brandon Podziemski. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. DiVincenzo against Hield. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defense right on. It's stolen by Kuminga. Here's Payton. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Payton's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Back to the action in just a minute. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Curry against DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen on Hield. It's Edwards on the wing. Covered by Hield.
Wow, Buddy Hield sending it back. How about the defensive play?
It's Curry outside. It's Clark with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Reed. Edwards looking it over. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, when you look at Anthony Edwards' frame, it is pro-ready right now. That upper body strength, the ability to play through contact, the N1, yes, sir.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Hield. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Takes a three. Wow! Curry automatic from deep.
Well, pre-shot preparation and being ready on the catch. That is Stephen Curry in a nutshell.
Outside Edwards. Green with the block. And they're able to recover. Up again. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Randall against Butler. Randall passes to Gobert. Randall with a screen for Conley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And this is the right play by Conley. Sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Moody. And another 3 for Golden State.
The man has... And that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Edwards. Butler finds Curry. Golden State moving it around. Randall grabs the board.
And he's going to have a hard time shaking off that miss. Everything was going right. The dunk was lined up beautifully, but not to be.
Takes it from 10. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Edwards.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Curry on the drive. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now, here's Moody. McDaniels defending. Now, here's Moody. Randall with some nice D.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Here's Edwards. Pajemski grabs the board. And it's the Warriors' ball. It's to Curry. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Moody with it. Connects from three-point range. Moody's got the lead up to 13 now for the Warriors.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Conley against Curry. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum is so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave.
Coming right up, the Timberwolves taking on the Warriors.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good.
Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Glad to have you along. With our analysts, Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah. This should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Randall outside. Pass to Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
And just an agile move by Edwards inside, allowing him to beat the contact.
Now here's Curry from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Conley passes to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Now Edwards, defended by Pajemski. Edwards looking it over. Inside, here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers fires it home.
Yeah, great play from Edwards off the pick and roll. Moving the ball around and get another guy a shot.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Here's Curry. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. To the inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
I don't know what you do there on the pick and roll. You're so worried about Steph. He ends up moving the ball to get points.
Conley passes to Edwards. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night. First one falls.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
5 to shoot. McDaniels finds Edwards, and it's going to be a 3-second call. The Warriors have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Outside Podziemski, back to Curry, over Conley, and the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Curry's got 5 points.
Curry's jumper just so pure, he can go up from just about anywhere on the floor and knock him down.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. The kick out to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Outside McDaniels. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Gobert. Soft touch off the glass. Gobert's gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, just what they needed from Gobert. Grabbing the rebound with those long arms and sending it back.
And his Curry for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
And when you foul Gobert, you really got to foul him, or he'll just power right through.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Clark is checked in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And Hield is subbed in for Curry. And that one misses. The Warriors have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Brent, you think about Jimmy Butler. Great in the regular season. Even better in the playoffs.
Yeah, extremely tough. I mean, he has resilience, but tough-minded in the toughest moments. And that's where his teammates rely on him. Jimmy Butler shows up big come playoff time.
That's good from Butler. Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Reed's checked in for Gobert. Butler hits them both.
Butler gives you so much toughness and determination. This guy can really impact what the culture of your team is all about.
Randall against Butler. Randall deciding where to go with it. Reed, a screen on Butler. Here's Randall. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Hield from outside. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. Outside, DiVincenzo. The three hits the trifecta. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And let's get you back to the action as game 2 is getting underway. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block, BA.
Pass to Reed. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Payton. Warriors trail by 3. And here's Curry. DiVincenzo covering. Curry passes to Hield. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Hield's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Pass to Reed. It's Edwards on the wing. Guarded by Hield. Back to Reed. Let's go with a 3. Warriors with the rebound. And Brent, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Curry against DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. From deep three-point land. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Curry against DiVincenzo. Hield from outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Left side Reed. outside. DiVincenzo shoots over Curry. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
1:07 left to play in the first half. No good, a bit long that time. Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to DiVincenzo. And here's Reed. Looking to win the run. Can't cash it in from close range.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Edwards against Hield. And there's a pick. Curry's shot is off. The Timberwolves have got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Reed, a screen on Kuminga. Here's Miller. Pass to Reed. For 3, DiVincenzo knocks down the triple. DiVincenzo's got 6.
And this is where the coaching staff applauding the way that Dante right now aggressively is shooting the ball off the catch and shoot.
Down low. Here's Jackson Davis. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Warriors on top, up by 4. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Greetings, everybody. It's game 2, and things are a little rocky right now for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I'm surprised it's this close, not going to lie. They played some weak D, giving up too many easy open looks.
Mincing, no words, as usual. We'll see if Coach can get into their heads. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. A win would give them a stranglehold on the series, but they've got to continue to execute.
You know what? It's seldom the elimination games that truly decide the series. Ones like this, you look back and say, that's what did it.
You got to be ruthless in the playoffs. Once you get an advantage, you got to capitalize.
Ruthless, cold-blooded, merciless, all those things. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker, he's done a great job moving the ball around.
Now you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Green against Gobert. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Butler. Shot is up. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Timberwolves trail by 4. McDaniels with it. Now Edwards. Inside. Here's Gobert. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. This will be his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
First team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Rudy Gobert. 31.
One shot.
And that one falls for Gobert. Golden State has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Back to Curry. Moody passes to Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. The 3 from Curry. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Here's McDaniels for the lead. The Warriors pull it in. Green finds Butler to the middle. Shoots. Close in. Moses Moody.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Curry against Conley. Pass to Gobert. Edwards with it. And they double up Edwards. McDaniels up top. Shot clock at 6. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. McDaniels got his first basket.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. It's a 1-point game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Brent, you could hit the 3 back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does, and there's no one that produces the way that he does either.
And Curry with the take, and he banks in the layup. Curry's got 9 points.
That's a clever attack from Curry, just finding an angle. He gets around the defender towards the basket.
Now here's Conley. No points so far. Pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. The Warriors have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's Payton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Anthony Edwards. And he drops it first. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. That one misses. It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brett.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides.
Pass to Payton. Clock at 6. Here's Butler. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Randle against Looney. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Here's Butler. Looney, a screen on Randle. Here's Butler. Butler! He's too much close to the rim.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. Warriors ahead. They're up by 2. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. DiVincenzo against Curry. DiVincenzo, the pass to Clark. Pass to Reed. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Garza's checked in. The Warriors leading. Now Curry. Pass to Hield. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, he's a good shooter from the mid-range. Hield had some breathing room, took a deep breath, and fired.
Edwards for 3. The shot comes out. The Warriors lead by 4. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. To the paint. Outside Curry. 5 on the clock. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Curry, no good. Well, the Timberwolves shooting a nice 50% for the game. Clark, the pass to Edwards. Back to Clark. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. A deep 3. Offensive rebound. Garza to the left wing. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Garza. Randall comes in for Reed. McDaniels is checked in for Clark. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Heel. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He seemed pleased with his team's performance, saying, quote, "We're on track. We're doing everything right. Keep it tight out there, and let's take back the lead in this series." Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Curry from deep three-point land. Edwards pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
McDaniels finds Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Green. Outside Butler. Back to Green. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
How about Draymond rising up into the contact? He's a good offensive player who finds his way this time to get to the free throw.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight of converting on those chances.
And he's able to hit the second one, and that puts him up 5.
And the fire that Draymond Green plays with, I think, is the most admirable quality. Knows how to get himself and his teammates going throughout the course of a long, grinding 82-game season.
Wow. Edwards almost makes it look effortless, like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
Steps back. Here's Curry. Oh, a strong finish from Curry.
And none better, Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry. Bingo.
Now here's Edwards. Defended by Pajemski. And it's Anthony Edwards with the 3.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Conley against Curry. Moody passes to Curry. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's in.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Against Curry. Here's Edwards. Here's McDaniels. Money. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Expect them to take their time to strip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
Man, no question. Jimmy Butler all the way.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. And it's good. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And you gotta love the mentality of Anthony Edwards. He wants to be the star. He wants the spotlight. Not everyone is like that.
Second team foul. At the line for the Warriors, Kajinski taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
With the 10-footer, rebounded by Green. And an intentional foul right there.
Anthony Edwards, 4 personal foul, 3rd team foul. Shooting for Golden State, Kajinski taking 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McDaniels from long range. And he can't get that one. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for the Warriors, Stephen Curry, 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. So it's Golden State winning this one. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
You know, Greg, so often we talk about depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce. It really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Now here's Edwards. Back to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Throwing it down. Gobert using all of his height there.
And it's the Warriors' ball. Coming to this one after winning on Tuesday.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it for sure, as it is anytime you make a bunch of mistakes. All they had to do was follow their game plan, and that's exactly what they did.
Butler, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Green against Gobert. Pass to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 8. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Right there, Conley working his magic inside. He is crafty near the rack.
Conley against Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. Curry from deep three-point land. Julius Randle with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Conley the pass to Gobert. Randle against Curry. Randle dishes to Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Stephen Curry.
From that close, he's almost automatic. No wonder the defense is all over Gobert.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first.
Look, we all know Rudy Gobert is a force on defense, but you can't afford to ever ignore this guy. I mean, he's got the physical gifts to make problems anywhere on the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here is Curry. Outside Butler. Now Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. Back to Butler. Jacks up a three. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Daniels kicks to Gobert. Pass to Randle. Two points. That one goes.
Randle's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moses Moody. Gary Payton is checked in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Stephen Curry. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Hield, the pass to Butler. Back to Hield. Kuminga finds Payton. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots over Alexander Walker. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Butler against Randle. Reed with a screen on Hield. Here's DiVincenzo. The Warriors pull it in. Now here's Hield. Here's Butler. Up the alley-oop pass, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Shot clock at 2. Curry. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 4. From Target Center, back in a moment. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Hey, Clark, no one covers the college game like you. And for new pros, what are the biggest challenges adjusting to life in the NBA and the play itself?
Speed and size, Kevin. I mean, that's where it really starts. You've got to be in great condition. But the speed and size of the players at the NBA level is unlike any other basketball you play. Everybody in the NBA is big and athletic. Things are just played and done at a much faster pace.
And here is DiVincenzo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Here's Edwards. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And, you know, we need to keep seeing this from him. It's encouraging to see him sink the mid-range J-Day.
Curry dishes to Heel. Curry a screen on him. To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis. And he can't jam it through. Minnesota leading by 3. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. DiVincenzo against Curry. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Count that bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Warriors trail by 5. Outside Curry. Curry a screen on Edwards. Baden outside. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer, Heel. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And talking about Buddy Hield, he is someone you can definitely count on. He can score from any place.
Yeah, he's got great range, and his durability is just as impressive as his stroke. You know, most seasons, Buddy Hield plays in 80 or more games, and that is very much a rarity these days. And he's also a 40% career shooter from 3. So he can space the floor, and you know he's going to be on the floor whenever it's game time.
Now, here's Payton. Pass to Kuminga. Einat pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 5. Now, Alexander Walker, covered by Payton. Here's Minot. Alexander Walker with the ball. Scoreless thus far. From deep three-point land, the Warriors pull it in.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Different look here for the Warriors. Green is checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Curry. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Conley kicks to Randall. Down low. And finished off by McDaniel.
Rocketing right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniel.
Pass to Moody. heel, nobody around. Another three for Golden State.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Now DiVincenzo. Conley with the screen on heel. DiVincenzo passes to Conley, and the shot goes down. Conley's got his second basket of the game.
And how about that move? Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish.
Pass to heel. Green with the screen for heel. Gobert with the defensive effort. DiVincenzo against heel. DiVincenzo passes to Randall.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
At the line for Minnesota, Julius Randle, taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Now Podziemski launches it from deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. But Timberwolves on top. They lead by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
First half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far for Golden State.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. A win would give them a stranglehold on the series, but they've got to continue to execute.
You know what? It's seldom the elimination games that truly decide the series. Ones like this, you look back and say, that's what did it.
You got to be ruthless in the playoffs. Once you get an advantage, you got to capitalize.
Ruthless, cold-blooded, merciless. All those things. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to Green. Here's Podziemski. Edwards defending. It's Curry outside. Oh, Curry so accurate from 3-point range.
That's Curry's game. I mean, you can't give him a sliver of daylight out there.
Conley the pass to McDaniels. The shot's good. McDaniels got his second bucket tonight. Here's Curry. He's got 6. Pass to Moody. Now here's Butler. And here is Curry. Clock is at 3. For the tie. And it's Butler missing. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. 3-point lead. Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. From past the arc. Out to Edwards. Edwards with confidence.
You know, Edwards is still tweaking his three-point shot, but it sure looked good there.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Warriors trail by 6. Outside Butler. Green with a screen on Randall. Butler passes to Green, and there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Butler against Randall. 5 to shoot. Back to Pajemski over Edwards.
Oh, I like the effort that Edwards is making to commit to defense, not letting the shooter get by him.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Already growing a reputation as one of the game's most notorious trash talkers, Edwards is just having fun out there.
Minnesota making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Gary Payton is checked in for Moody. Good on both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Outside Butler. Curry is inside. Over by Conley. Curry with the bounce pass. Here's Pajemski. Edwards defending. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Golden State ball.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three. No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes. freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Here's Alexander Walker. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping down.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. The Warriors making a switch here. Hields checked in. Warriors trail by 10. Green, the screen. Here's Podziemski. Gobert with the block.
No surprise Gobert sent that shot back.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And the Warriors also making a change. Kuminga's come in for Green. 1:12 left in the third. Kuminga against Randall. Nice defense from Kuminga. Warriors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Clark comes in for Alexander Walker. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Looney's checked in for Golden State. And both free throws good for Peyton. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Peyton against DiVincenzo. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Randall. Clock at 4. Dillingham with it.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Dillingham. So he gets them both. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Hield the pass to Looney. Outside Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
The well put together Butler proving that he's just a little too strong there, not allowing the physical defense to stifle him at all.
Here's Randall. Here's Reid. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 8. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And here's Edwards. Overhealed. Edwards, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Hield finds Butler. Back to Hield. A three ball. Traps in the tray.
A very efficient range shooter. You expect Hield to take these shots.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Pass to Reed. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Looney with the rebound.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
Hield against Edwards. And here is Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
Look, he's not the bulkiest guy in terms of his frame, but Butler is really fearless and plays with great confidence and toughness, and it's hard to stop him because of that.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He knows every possession is critical now. Reporter David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. He's happy with how they've been playing. He told them, hey, they had their chance, but this is where we take it from them. This is our game and our series. He's got them pretty fired up, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Butler against Randall. Over Butler. From the left block, he sends it through. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Stephen Curry's doing. David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Warriors gave us some information. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
He's off on the first. Stephen Curry's checked in for Golden State. That one misses. Timberwolves leading by 5. Now here's McDaniel. Pass to Conley. Chalk up 2 there.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Steps back. Lets it go from 11. Curry gets the bucket.
Curry is a guy you can trust to get it done when it needs to be done.
Handle outside. Inside. Here's Gobert. Green with the block. Curry deciding where to go with it. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Butler not afraid of having the ball in his hands in these big moments. He's a guy that you can count on to get it done in the clutch.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
I like this
this throwback approach they're taking. Look at the score, high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved. Unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot. And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Edwards, that's good.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
Now here's Curry. Sweet move. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. And that one, good. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Curry fires from way outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Pass to McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. To the middle. Green in the post. Gobert on him. Back to Curry. Over Conley. That misses off the backboard. And Minnesota has possession. Here's McDaniels. To the paint. Before Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Curry is inside. Covered by Conley. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 5. And so Minnesota takes the win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
These teams have talent up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoff. To get through a long NBA season, and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Here's Green. Following the score by Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Tries a spin move. That one rolls around and rims out. Outside Edwards. Over Moody. Edwards can't hit. Here's Podziemski. That one doesn't drop. McDaniels with some nice D. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times. And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. No good on the free throw.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Good on the second one. And the Warriors with possession. It's a 3-point game. To the middle. It's tipped. McDaniels with it. Now guarded by Moody. McDaniels, that's good.
The defense tightens up, so he adjusts. Nice play.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Moody. And here's Curry for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And here's Edwards. Conley looking for an opening. With the floater. Blocked! And they'll keep possession. And the shot goes down. 1:51 left in the opening quarter. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Allie, what do you have to say?
I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me, I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him, and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Left side, McDaniels. The rebound by Moody. Warriors trail by 7. Curry with it. He's picked up by Conley. Count it.
Finally, a make for this team. Hopefully it gives them a little confidence.
Yeah, you know, sometimes all it takes is that first bucket to get a team into a groove.
And Minnesota with possession here. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Randall, good.
Yeah, nice play by Randall. He can take up space in there and has great short area quickness.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Stephen Curry. Warriors trail by 7. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hield finds Butler. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
Just Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Jackson Davis. Kuminga with it. Shot clock at 5. Now Jackson Davis. Here's Butler driving inside. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Butler's gotten his second bucket of the game. From deep three-point land. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's Minnesota up by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And let's get you back to the action as game 2 is getting underway. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Golden State Warriors. They trail by 3. Over to the left wing. Hield against Edwards. Now here's Hield, guarded closely. Payton. And he hits it to tie the game. Payton's got his first 3 points of the game.
The find from Buddy Hield. I'd like to see him do that more. Spread the ball around.
Pass to Reed. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, BA? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Minot's checked in for Miller. And Golden State also making a switch. Looney's checked in. DiVincenzo with it. No made baskets yet. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Getting ready for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Pajemski subbed in for Hield. Pass to Pajemski. Green against Gobert. To the inside. Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in.
When it's Draymond in a two-man game, you know he wants to dish it.
The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. Curry against Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Gets the 3 ball to go. Randall's gotten a second bucket on the night.
No hesitation from the big man, Randall. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Curry from deep three-point land. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Minnesota leading by 5. Outside Edwards. Randall on the screen. Edwards with it. Green picks him up. And stolen by Green. Pass to Pajemski. Here's Moody. Outside Curry. Back to Moody. Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in.
Get up, Anthony Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
.41 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Butler. 6 points for him. Green up top. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
And Green is so clever at forcing the D's hand. Got to be careful how you guard him inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw misses. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Heald's checked in for the Warriors. And the second free throw is good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Randall. And the layup is good. Randall's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Here's Butler. Cashes it in from 11 feet.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Right side Conley. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Minnesota leading by 4. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Get ready for the big half-court shot. Give me your beat. They're taking them off the shot. One more time. A round of applause for the participants.
Welcome in, everybody. Game 2, and it's looking pretty good right now for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. A win would give them a stranglehold on the series, but they've got to continue to execute.
You know what? It's seldom the elimination games that truly decide the series. Ones like this, you look back and say, that's what did it.
You got to be ruthless in the playoffs. Once you get an advantage, you got to capitalize.
Ruthless, cold-blooded, merciless, all those things. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Jimmy Butler displaying his skills today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into.
Ooh! Alley-oop finish with authority by Gobert.
I mean, how do you stop Gobert on a slam? He's too big, rising up too fast. There's really nothing you can do.
Curry, a screen on Edwards. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Minnesota leading by 4. Randall, a screen on Curry. For 3, Conley. Pure from three-point range. Conley's got 5 now.
Well, Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
Butler can't get it to go.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Randall doesn't go for him. Green with the defensive effort. Warriors trail by 7. Pass to Curry. Green against Randall. And it's Green missing. For Minnesota, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Left side, Edwards. Back to Randall. In transition, here come the Warriors. Outside Moody. Pass to Butler. Up and over Conley. Butler, good. He's got 12.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Conley passes to Gobert. Now here's Randall. The 3 ball. Pajimski grabs the board. Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past. And here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
McDaniels, that's good.
A phenomenal floor general. Conley is gifted at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Now Pajimski, still without a bucket. Pass to Green. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
First free throw is good, and Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And both free throws good for Green. And Minnesota with possession here. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Clark outside. Reed, a screen on Kuminga. Clark, the pass to Randall. Over Butler. 4 on the clock. Randall can't hit. Warriors trail by 6. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Butler. Butler goes for it inside.
How talented is Butler? I mean, just so adept at carving out some space inside and converting.
DiVincenzo against Hield. DiVincenzo can't hit. Here's Kuminga. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Minnesota up by 4, and we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Kuminga pulls it in. Warriors trail by 4. Hield with the ball. Now Alexander Walker defending. Payton's shot is good.
More than just a score. Hield moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Minnesota has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Reed, a screen on Payton. Here's Alexander Walker. The kick out to Edwards. They get the rebound. Good on the bucket.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Outside Curry to tie it up. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged, though.
Here's Garza, and out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Garza. Julius Randle comes in for Reed. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hield. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
And Allie, thank you for that. And the Warriors with possession here. It's a three-point game. It's Podziemski on the wing. And it's all tied up.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Conley against Curry from behind the arc. The shot by Conley, no good.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Curry surveys to take the lead. Outside for Butler. misses the go-ahead basket.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays. Wow. Wow, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
.144 left in the fourth. Conley against Curry. Curry at the rim.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Now here's Edwards. Pulls it in from the elbow. Off the left rim and out.
Probably not the shot they had in mind. But you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
The offensive rebound. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth three from Moody.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Now here's Edwards. Defended by Pajemski. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Well, look, Edwards doesn't back down from anyone. He embraces getting physical on the way up.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Also, lots of hustle on the offensive end, following shots and creating tons of second chance opportunities.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second. And that brings him within 2 here.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Curry against Conley. He connects!
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. Now here's Edwards. He's closely guarded. Another miss by Minnesota.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
36 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Curry. Curry draws the double. Now Green. And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. Shooting for Golden State, Draymond Green, at the line for 2.
drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over. Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the play.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
And Minnesota calls time here. They trail by 5. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfect.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
.16 seconds left to play in the fourth. Gobert with a screen on Curry. McDaniels from long range. Hauled in by Curry. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game. And so the Warriors take the win. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now, here's McDaniel. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. That shot off the mark. Great tee that time from Green. Majemski with it. Edwards there. Back to Moody. And the slam by Moody.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Now here's Conley. Gobert with a screen on Curry. And finished off by Gobert.
Few guys read the game like Conley.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told our guys that we have to be right up on him, to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And here's Randall after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep three. They grab their own miss and finished off by Gobert.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the boards. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Pass to Moody. Green against Gobert. Curry outside. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors. Randall outside. Outside Edwards. To the inside. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And I like that. Edwards keeps his options open and then just makes the right move.
Curry looking it over. Pass to Moody. Some nice passing by Golden State. Up top, Curry. Under by Conley. A shot by Curry. No good.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Back to Conley. Here's Gobert. Over Curry. Gobert, no good. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. McDaniels against Green, and the Warriors take on 2 more.
Just won't be denied. Draymond's inside game a strength.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to talk to his guys. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moses Moody. Gary Payton is checked in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Stephen Curry. Pass to Reed. Now DiVincenzo, covered by Hield. Now here's Reed. Defense is right there. Randall is doubled. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Butler. And he banks in the layup.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Seconds left to play in the first quarter. Butler with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back to this break. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Edwards flies in to cap off the break. What hustle!
Oh, great work by Edwards to get up court in a hurry and get himself a bucket. Can't let those fast break opportunities get away.
Curry kicks to Payton. Pass to Curry. Kuminga against Miller. Kuminga the pass to Hield. Launches from deep. Miller grabs the miss.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Edwards, no good.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Pass to Curry. To the wing on the left. Hield outside. They set the pick. Launches a three. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Well, there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Miller sets a screen for DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker on the wing. Out to Miller. Pass to Edwards. Over Hield. The rebound by Payton. Warriors leading by 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Hield with it. Edwards defending. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
Golden State foul. Jackson Davis. First personal foul. First team foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Miller. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Buddy Hield. He's off on the second. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Down low, Green. And rebounded by McDaniel. The Timberwolves trade. Pass to Randall. It's good. This game is all even. Randall's got his first 2 points.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And all of that size rolling there after that screen. Gobert moves now with such confidence when in the pick and roll.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Dillingham's checked in for Edwards. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the Warriors also making a change. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Stephen Curry. Under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to McDaniels. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Hield. Randall against Butler. And there's Green on the assist by Butler. Green's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Randall kicks to Gobert. Randall surveying the D. Goes back up. No good on the layup. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. From Target Center, back in a moment.
16. The Warriors. 16.
And as we welcome you to halftime, without question, Game 2 has been a battle for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forced turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. So far in this series, they've shown they can get the better of this team, but all tied up at the half. Are they getting, I don't know, a little too overconfident?
If they are, that's a mistake. Never underestimate your opponent, especially in the midst of a playoff series.
I agree. You've got to have that killer instinct at all times. Maybe this is a wake-up call for them to get them back on track.
Close games like this certainly help keep us awake, right, Shaq?
There he is again. He is like,
what
what's
happened?
it called when you have the sleeping disorder?
Rip Van Shackle.
There it is.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Rudy Gobert with a strong contribution so far in this one.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
And I like that they had the confidence in him to keep calling his number.
Here's Pajemski. Edwards defending. They set the pick. Right side, Butler. Four on the shot clock. Here's Pajemski. Offline with his three. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Pajemski. Now, here's Moody. McDaniels defending. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Timberwolves trail by three. Conley go without a basket. Outside Edwards. That three off the mark. Edwards gone 1 of 4 so far. Curry with him. Now defended by Gobert. Launches it. Curry can't get it to go. Minnesota shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Oh, the lob to Gobert. It's stolen by Green. Here's Butler, and there's Butler with the flush.
And that's what they want to see from Butler, a take-charge mindset, that desire to attack the rim.
Outside Edwards. 90 seconds now into the second half. Outside Conley. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Green with the block.
This is the high-impact D we expect from Green, an intelligent defender who can find these blocks.
It's his first trip to the line.
Jimmy Butler, 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
A highly talented two-way player. Butler is also known for his tough-nosed approach to the game.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Golden State also making a change. Payton's checked in. And he's good on the second. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And so it's Minnesota with it. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Randall outside. Outside Edwards. Shoots. And he nails the jumper.
A good read by Edwards, playing at his pace and carving out space for that shot.
Pass to Podziemski. 1:46 left in the third. From 12 feet out. Wow! Magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
Well, Curry's accuracy makes the mid-range easy pickings. He just goes up, nails the shot with ease.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
First team foul.
The Timberwolves gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Pass to Podziemski. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Butler. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They lead by 4. Green. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight to the inside. The putback. Randall on the follow.
Relentless on the backboard. Randall, a fantastic rebounder, and that time it directly leads to points.
It's to Curry. Over Conley. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Alexander Walker on the wing. Back to Conley. Edwards looking it over. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. 5 on the clock. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Edwards got 8 points.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Curry to the rim. The kick outside to Butler. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. He's got 10.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Warriors lead by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here is Edwards to take the lead. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
On its way from Curry for 2. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. And the Warriors lead by 3. Curry against DiVincenzo. Clark outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Clark's got his first 3 points of the game.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
They've played with a lot of heart to get back in this, and now they've got the other side on their heels with the game winding down.
And, Richard, you just get the feeling that Jonathan Kuminga is finally starting to hit his stride, don't you?
It is all about opportunity in this league, Kevin. With more playing time and scoring chances, Kuminga has really blossomed, and he is not done getting better.
First one falls for him. So it's both teams making substitutions here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
And hey, he did just enough to get the lead. That's what's most important.
Here's McDaniels, and right through it goes.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Curry with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. Minnesota in the lead. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Conley finds McDaniel. Randall down low. He's defended by Podziemski. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Golden State. Outside Curry. Pass to Green. Inside, here's Butler. Tries again. Hard earned by Butler.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. And the Warriors making a change here. Rudy's checked in. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Coach was really hyping up his guys. He told them, this is what it's all about, fellas. You're in this spot for a reason. Go out and take this win. See if they can follow those instructions, guys.
Thank you, David. Outside, Edwards. Handle outside. Gobert with a screen on Kuminga. Good on the triple. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
ICE. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Curry against Conley. Three-pointer. Curry from 3.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants.
With his first shot attempt, Conley's shot is off.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Curry passes to Moody. Green in the post. Over by Conley. McDaniels against Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Podziemski. Gobert pulls it in. Here's Minnesota. They trail by 1. Edwards got it.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. .40 seconds left to play here in the 4th.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Outside for Randall. They get the rebound. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert with a screen for Randall. They get it back. Offline.
And if he gets looks, that plainly Gobert becomes unstoppable. He makes good use of his body and just wills himself to a foul.
Shoot 2.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And this is how you execute. Creating any type of separation is huge right now.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire, quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
So it's Golden State with it. Outside Curry. Over Conley. Oh, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Shoot two.
It's the first. That will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Wow, doing all he can to give them the edge, pulling their lead out to 3 points.
So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical, and you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And so for Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Owen, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in to watch the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
Before I came up, I was